On Tuesday, the Business Courier will honor its 2015 40 Under 40 class. This annual awards program recognizes local professionals who have reached major milestones in their careers and made significant contributions to the community. Joining us in this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360 is Bill Mulvihill. Bill is a member of the new 40 Under 40 class and is Senior Vice President for U.S. Bank Professional Sports Group. He joins Courier publisher Jamie Smith in the studio with a look at the Cincinnati through the eyes of a YP. Bill and Jamie.
Thanks, Peg. Bill, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
And first off, congratulations for being named to this year's class. Over 528 nominations, so it's not that easy to get to be in the class of 40, so congratulations to you. Now, let me get this right. You're a Cincinnati native. You did your undergrad in mechanical engineering at UC, as well as your MBA at UC. And then, unfortunately, like many millennials, you left Cincinnati to start your career. Why was that?
I wish, as you said, I left. I went to work in Washington, D.C. I wish I had this great story that I always grew up wanting to go to D.C. or it was all part of a plan, but the honest truth is I was struggling to find a job. It was during the recession, 9/11 had just happened, and so I was calling around trying to find a job, and I had an offer in D.C. and packed up my things, which at that time consisted of just a few clothes and some video games and some DVDs, and moved down to Washington, D.C., and it was a great experience, and I certainly learned a lot and met some great people, met my eventual wife. You know, always had a special place in my heart for Cincinnati.
So what brought you back? Was it a job, or was it just that time you felt like you needed to come home?
Yeah, I think a couple things. I mean, there's sort of the Hollywood movie angle of it that I followed the girl. As I said, I met my wife in D.C., and she got a job with Procter & Gamble, and she still works there today. And so that really was the impetus to bring us back. But also, as I said, I always had a special place for Cincinnati in my heart. I remember driving around. There was this certain spot right behind the Lincoln Monument where I could get 700 WLW, and I would drive there and I'd listen to the Bearcat games and the Bengal games and the Reds games, and so I always thought of myself as a Midwesterner, as a Cincinnati person, and always wanted to come back eventually.
Great. How do you think now, you know, being Senior Vice President here for U.S. Bank, how do you think Cincinnati is set up now for young professionals or millennials to start their careers? Is it a good place?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, I think technology's changed everything, and I think when I went to D.C., the phone I had was one of those Nokia brick phones, and the iPhone was still 5 years away from being invented. YouTube didn't exist, Facebook, Twitter, none of those things existed. And I think technology has changed everything in the way that now the world is so much more connected, and the barriers to entry are so low because of technology that no longer do people feel a need to move to a big city, to New York, Chicago, D.C. There's so many more opportunities locally, and you can use technology to still do all those great things, to be an entrepreneur, to have a great business, to contribute to society without moving to a big city. So I think Cincinnati is set up wonderfully, and you really see the trajectory, the things that are going on downtown by the university, that to be at the type of city where you can have a great quality of life, but also a great career, also contribute to the country, to the world, and so I think Cincinnati, as compared to any other city, is set up beautifully for that.
Well, awesome. Well, once again, congratulations for being a 40 Under 40. Can't wait to see you in a couple days at Music Hall, get your award and do your walk-up dance, and it'll be a lot of fun. But thanks a lot for what you do, and thanks U.S. Bank for being a part of this program.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.